CM Punk sparks chaos again. Jeff Hardy's shocking new trouble. WWE shakeup rumors explode. Backstage drama takes over wrestling. Everything is changing in WWE. Were CM Punk's latest comments just another headline-grabbing moment, or are they exposing cracks inside wrestling that fans have been ignoring for years? And what happens when one of wrestling's most beloved risk-takers, Jeff Hardy, suddenly finds himself back in trouble while WWE quietly prepares another major shakeup behind the scenes? If you're a wrestling fan, then you already know that some weeks feel bigger than others. Some weeks are just about matches and storylines. But then there are weeks where the real drama starts happening outside the ring, and somehow that becomes even more interesting than anything scripted. This is one of those weeks. Because right now, CM Punk is once again sitting at the center of controversy. Jeff Hardy is facing another difficult chapter in a career filled with incredible highs and heartbreaking lows. And meanwhile, WWE is making moves that have people backstage and online wondering what exactly is coming next. So grab your favorite snack, settle in, and if you're excited for more wrestling news and breakdowns, hit that like button and subscribe. Trust me, you're going to want to stick around for this one. Let's start with CM Punk. Now, if there is one thing wrestling fans have learned over the years, it's that CM Punk can walk into a room, say one sentence, and somehow create 3 weeks of discussion. Seriously, the man could probably order a cheeseburger and fans would spend hours analyzing what it means for WrestleMania. But this latest situation feels different. Because Punk's comments have sparked a fresh wave of debate throughout the wrestling community. Fans have been dissecting every word, every interview, every appearance, trying to figure out whether he was simply speaking his mind or sending a message that goes much deeper than people realize. And that's the thing about Punk. Love him or hate him, you almost never get a boring answer. Throughout his career, he's built a reputation for being brutally honest. Sometimes that honesty has made him one of the most respected voices in wrestling. Other times it's landed him right in the middle of controversy. Actually, scratch that. A lot of times it's landed him right in the middle of controversy. It's practically part of the CM Punk starter pack at this point. What's fascinating is how quickly fans have divided into different camps. One side believes Punk is simply saying what many people are too afraid to say. The other side thinks he's creating unnecessary drama. And somewhere in the middle are fans trying to figure out what the actual truth is. As discussions intensified online, people started revisiting old interviews, old feuds, and even situations that happened years ago. Suddenly, topics that seemed long forgotten were back in the spotlight. And whenever that happens, wrestling becomes incredibly unpredictable. Because wrestling fans never forget. They might pretend to forget. But they never actually forget. Meanwhile, while the wrestling world was still arguing over Punk's latest comments, another story began grabbing attention. Jeff Hardy. And honestly, hearing Jeff Hardy's name involved in trouble is always difficult for fans. This is someone who has spent decades building one of the most unique legacies professional wrestling has ever seen. Jeff Hardy wasn't supposed to become the icon he became. He wasn't the biggest guy. He wasn't the most traditional superstar. He wasn't the corporate prototype. Instead, he connected with fans because he felt different. He looked different. He moved differently. And perhaps most importantly, he made people believe anything was possible. Whether he was jumping off ladders that looked way too tall or somehow surviving bumps that seemed physically impossible, Jeff Hardy built a connection with audiences that few performers have ever matched. That's why every setback hits so hard. Fans have watched Jeff fight battles inside and outside wrestling. They've celebrated his victories. They've worried through his struggles. They've rooted for him again and again. And now, with reports of fresh trouble emerging, concern has returned. Immediately, fans started asking questions. What's going on? How serious is this situation? What does it mean for his future? Can he overcome another challenge? Unfortunately, when you're dealing with a figure like Jeff Hardy, every new headline brings emotional reactions because people genuinely care about him. This isn't just another wrestler. For many fans, Jeff Hardy represents their childhood. He's the guy they watched jumping off ladders while their parents yelled from the other room asking why anyone would do something so ridiculous. Honestly, some of those ladder dives still look insane today. You watch them back and wonder how he walked away at all. The uncertainty surrounding Hardy has once again sparked conversations about legacy, second chances, and the physical and emotional toll that wrestling can take on performers. It's a conversation wrestling fans have had many times before. And sadly, it's one that continues resurfacing. But here's where things get even more interesting. While fans were busy discussing Punk and worrying about Hardy, WWE quietly found itself at the center of another developing story. A potential shake-up. Now whenever you hear the phrase WWE shake-up, your mind immediately starts racing. Roster changes? Creative changes? Backstage restructuring? Surprise returns? Unexpected departures? Maybe all of the above. And that's exactly why speculation has exploded. Reports and rumors have been circulating about possible changes that could impact multiple areas of the company. As always, separating fact from speculation can be challenging. Wrestling rumors spread faster than a referee counting a roll-up during a main event. One person posts something. Another person reacts. Then suddenly everyone is convinced they know what's happening. And before you know it, half the internet is fantasy booking scenarios that may never happen. Still, there appears to be enough smoke for fans to believe something significant could be developing. The timing is particularly interesting. WWE is constantly evolving. The company is always looking toward the future. New stars emerge. Veterans move into different roles. Creative directions change. Business priorities shift. It's the nature of modern wrestling. Nothing stays the same forever. What makes this current situation intriguing is how many moving pieces are involved simultaneously. You have CM Punk generating headlines. You have concerns surrounding Jeff Hardy. You have WWE potentially preparing major changes. Individually, each story would be significant. Together, they create the feeling that the wrestling landscape might be entering another transition period. And wrestling history teaches us something important. The biggest changes often happen when nobody expects them. Think about some of the most shocking moments in wrestling. Many arrived without warning. Fans thought they knew where things were heading. Then suddenly everything changed.